My name is Mr. Steve.
Welcome story time.
I'm a storyteller. Hello, everybody! It's me, Mr. Steve, and it's time for another story time! And today, we've got a strange one. I was at a thrift store, and I found a pile of really old books for really cheap, so I bought a kid's book from 1946. It's called The Churkendoose. It's basically creepypasta. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is creepy. Part chicken, turkey, duck, and goose. It's a Churkendoose. Sounds like the cool thing for TikTokers to make for Thanksgiving. That's the... Oh. A turducken? Psh, that's old news. Have you tried a Churkendoose? Okay, we're going to read this story. The barnyard buzzed with excitement. There was a new egg in the hen house. But what an egg! The chicken and the turkey and the duck and the goose agreed it was the oddest egg they had ever seen. The egg was so special that it took an especially long time to hatch it. First the chicken sat on the egg until she got tired of sitting. Then the turkey sat on the egg until she got tired of sitting. Then the duck sat on it, then the goose, and when the goose got tired, the chicken sat on the egg again. What a strange-looking egg! No sooner had the chicken taken her place on the egg than it hatched. Out came the most unusual bird they had ever seen. And remember, it's the 1940s, so if you're bored, kids, just do the Charleston. Hey!
Do any of you guys know how to Madison?
It looks very peculiar, said the goose. And the duck asked, what kind of a head is that? And the chicken asked, what kind of a bill is that? And the goose asked, what kind of a body is that? Then they started to ask questions all together, and there's the Churkendoose right there.
What is that? What is that? Wait,
One at a time, please, said the new little bird. One at a time. I'll answer your questions, but one at a time. I have a head like a chicken and legs like a duck. Instead of quacking, I say, yuck, yuck. I have a body like a turkey and a bill like a goose. I feel pretty good, but my legs are loose. Okay.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
What are you anyway? Asked the chicken. And the new little bird replied, well, I'm not a chicken and I'm not a duck. I have more brains than I have luck. I'm not a turkey and I'm not a goose. Can't you see I'm a Churkendoose? It's weird. It's a weird story. Isn't it a weird story? This is a weird story. You talk very funny, said the chicken. The Churkendoose flapped his wings and said, I don't talk all of the time, but when I do, I talk in rhyme.
Okay.
Walk over here. Let us take a good look at you, ordered the goose. The Churkendoose smiled at her and said, I can't walk, I wouldn't take a chance, but if you give me some music, I'll go into my dance. Charleston, do-do, 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 do-do. His web feet went tappity-tappity-tap on the floor of the henhouse. He spun around, bowed this way and that, and started to tap dance his way over to the other birds. It was a lovely dance. Lambada. But it ended when the rooster stormed into the henhouse. That's one angry-looking rooster there. It says here on the back of the book, this is a wonder book. They don't exist anymore. But it says, with washable covers. What?
What?
The rooster walked slowly around the Churkendoose. Just look at you, he said. You're too little to be much good for anything. And you're mighty ugly. What good are you? The Churkendoose answered as best he could. He said, I'd like to tell you, but I don't know. I'm still little. I've got to grow. But you know how to tap dance, don't you? Said the goose. Yes, agreed the turkey, and you know how to recite poetry. He may be dangerous, said the rooster. Let's chase him off the farm. Yes, chase him away, screamed the others, and they ran towards the Churkendoose, but the chickens stopped them. No, no, she shouted, listen to me. They all quieted down. Let's not be hasty, said the chicken. After all, this is important. So let's all sit down and talk it over quietly. All right, said the turkey, but the Churkendoose will have to wait outside. Oh, that's one sad Churkendoose. It's not a sentence I thought I'd say today, but we are where we are. The Churkendoose tap danced out of the hen house very sadly. How do you tap dance sadly out of a hen house? I'll never know. But he danced over to a rain puddle and looked at his reflection in the water. Then, as a tear rolled off his bill, he said, song, I guess. This is a long one. Can it be that I am such a sight that when others see me, they take fright? They take fright? Though I can see what they meant when they said that my legs are bent. Am I ugly? No, I'm just different. 'Cause it depends on how you look at things. It depends on how you look at things. So look at that. You rhymed things with things. Is a baby chimpanzee any prettier than me? There's the chimpanzee there. And sorry, but yes. Well, it all depends on how you look at things. An alligator's not a thing of grace, and a camel hasn't got a lovely face, though I'm not pretty, front or rear, and I only have one ear. Am I ugly? No, I'm just a little queer, 'cause it depends on how you look at things. It depends on how you look at things. Are the hippopotami any handsomer than I? Well, it depends on how you look at things. He sniffed back his tears, and then he heard squawks coming from the hen house. He danced back there as fast as he could and looked in through the doorway. There, in the hen house, was a fox. Oh no, is it Fox News? He was running this way and that, leaping up and snapping. He was snapping. He was trying to catch one of the birds. Oh no! Oh yeah! The fox heard the Churkendoose come in the door, and he turned to jump at the little bird. Oh no, is the Churkendoose going to be eaten by the fox? But when he saw the Churkendoose, he stood perfectly still. He had never seen a Churkendoose before. Then a strange thing happened. The fox became frightened. He started to run, and he was in such a hurry to get away, he didn't even turn around. He ran backwards. He ran so fast that he took off and flew backwards. He sailed out the window and kept on flying. Booty first. He flew so fast that it took 3 days for his shadow to catch up with him. That sounds like some sort of an old-timey phrase that your grandfather would say. Oh, let me tell you what, he flew so fast it took 3 days for his shadow to catch up with him. For a long time after the fox left, it was quiet in the hen house. Finally, the rooster lifted his head and looked around. Has he gone? He asked. Yes, said the Churkendoose. Oh, not talking in rhymes there. Pretty selective, aren't you, Churkendoose? The rooster flew down from his roost, and the other followed him. They all gathered around the Churkendoose. There were no survivors. Oh, sorry. After a long pause, the rooster cleared his throat and said, I'm glad we didn't chase you off the farm. We hope you'll stay here and be our friend. We really like you, Churkendoose, just because you're you. He turned to the other birds and asked, don't we? And they all nodded their heads very seriously and answered, yes, we do. Well, the Churkendoose stayed, and he's still there, and he and the others did become good friends. The other day, the duck started to give the Churkendoose swimming lessons, and the Churkendoose, he's teaching the duck how to tap dance. Maybe all of the farm animals can learn different things. You know what? I bet the cows are really good at typing.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
What fun they have! Now they help each other and learn from each other. And they all agree with the Churkendoose when he says, in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all... Oh, wait, something different. Sorry. It depends on how you look at things. It depends on how you look at things. Making friends can be a pleasure, 'cause a good friend is a treasure. No matter how you look at things. And that's... I almost flipped it. That's the end of that story. Yay! Well, that's the end of that story. Maybe your grandmother has heard this story before, but I definitely have never heard of the Churkendoose before. That's kind of nightmarish. It seems like something that a 4-year-old would draw. Oh, this is the Churkendoose. It's got the head of a duck, and it's got the bill of a chicken. You know, that was a pretty good 4-year-old. I was pretty good at that. Anyway, I liked that story. Did you? Hopefully you did. How are you doing? You doing good? You exciting? Are you excited that it's almost in summer? Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe and all of those things that I'm supposed to say because I'm somebody on YouTube. We'll see you later. Bye!